Hello and welcome to the Locker Room Development Chat. I'm Dave Edwards from the Sport for Streets Initiative charity. We run the UK Street Hockey project. What we aim to do is engage and inspire young people to take up this amazing sport, and we want to give them and you the tools to do so. We want to assist your club, your friends down the street, you as a player, your schools, and give you the tools to get involved with this sport, teach the sport, and really inspire young people. So why are we doing this program each week? Well, we want to open a dialogue. We want you clubs to have the information we have, and we want to know how you're doing and what we can do to help. We can discuss through problems and how to engage together, and you can contact us through the UK Street Hockey Twitter page, ping us a message, ask us questions, and really let's start this conversation from going. So, here we are. Hockey players! What is freestyle hockey? You've seen it on the channel, okay? Now, on our channel, we've got a couple of freestyle hockey videos coming up each week. That's where it's just a stick and a ball, playing around, and it's ideal for you to develop your skills. Anyone can do it. You don't need your friends. You don't need to be at a training session, but it's really cool. It's good fun. How did it come about? Generally, when we were kids, myself personally, when I was a kid, I'd take a lot of bus trips to hockey, and I'd always have a stick and a ball with me. So I'd pick the ball up on the stick, balance it, learn to balance it on the stick, and see what tricks we could do. We likened it to skateboarding. So when you cruise around on a skateboard, that's one thing, but when you start doing flip tricks, that's something different, and that's kind of what we're doing. So we've got the ball on your stick, and once you can control that ball on the stick, then it opens up other tricks, like putting it on the stick blade behind your head, flicking it over your head and catching it. Loads of really good fun things. So we are trying to catalogue these. We're going to catalogue the tricks, and we're going to put them out on the channel. There's going to be 2 each week for you to try, and we want to challenge you to do them. So if you can nail those tricks, if you nail the tricks we do each week, then please contact us, show us, film it, get your friend to film it and upload it, and then tag us in. At UK Street Hockey, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, anything you need, get it to us and we'll feature it. So we're going to put a link below for the how to pick the ball up on the stick. Last week we challenged little Finn at our Cutslow session, and we showed him how to do it. You just pick the ball up on the stick blade and that opens up everything. So take a look, that video's below, and let's see your tricks. Clubs. Okay, clubs, it's your time. So, what is street hockey? Now, you'll hear me referring to street hockey, skater hockey, ice hockey, roller hockey, bowl hockey, deck hockey. There's a million hockeys. I'm going to refer to street hockey quite a lot, and I'm going to explain to you what that is. Now, we deal with street hockey. Street hockey is at its rawest form, where you pick up a ball, you pick up a stick, you put some skates on, and you go and play hockey. Now, this is actually an incredible tool for clubs and schools to engage kids with this sport. And the reason is because there's a lot of barriers that are broken down by having less equipment. So a typical street hockey player has leg pads, skates, stick, and a helmet. We actually use skateboard helmets just to keep it cheaper and easier to put on the kids. And we've changed the rules a little bit. So, we don't have a goalie. Okay, we actually use traffic cones, and we upturn them. So when you've got an upturned traffic cone, you can shoot into the bottom of them, and it makes a really cool sound, and it actually makes it very playable. So each end has 2 traffic cones, spread about stick length apart, and that way you can't have one kid just stood in front of the cone blocking the goal. You've always got another option. We've tried this in a number of different ways, using different goals, and it works really well. We play it with a ball because we play out in car parks, tennis courts, school gymnasiums, wherever there's actually streets, wherever the hell we can. If we can play it somewhere, we'll play it, and it works really well. The rules we put in place are you must not play the ball above knee height. So the ball's got to be below knee height. If anybody gets hit with the ball above knee height, that's a goal away. That protects the top half. It keeps the game down on the floor. Sticks also aren't allowed to be brought up, so you're not going to have any slap shots. It makes it a lot safer. And that risk assessment that we've put together to make it coachable and work in schools and clubs everywhere, it works really well. So we want to help you develop your beginner players into street hockey players. And then they've got to step up to playing into your league teams. So we develop street hockey teams, and we're building teams all around Oxfordshire at the moment is our focus point, and opening up competition for them. So we'll be hosting regular tournaments, competitions. In the summer we're going to have a league. So we want your teams, your beginners, to enter into that. But we're not excluding anybody. What we want to do, we just want everyone to play. It's the funnest game in the world. So if your beginners are playing street hockey, there's no reason why your established players can't either. If there's nothing to do in the summer, if they want more hockey or they want to play more, they want to meet new people, they want to do all those things that you love to learn in sports, they can access our street hockey tournaments, they can access any street hockey tournaments. We want you to host a tournament, we'll help you do it. So what we do is we put in scoring regulations, or restrictions we call them, scoring restriction. The scoring restriction is this. If you are a beginner player and you're shooting against a cone, you just have to hit the front side of the cone. So that square that is the cone tipped backwards, you hit the front side of the cone. If you are, and that works for both cones, that's for both cones. If you're an established player and you've been playing for a while, we say that you've got to get the ball in the cone. And that adds a bit of a restriction, so it's not just tapping the ball against the cone, they've got to shoot it inside the cone, which takes a bit more skill. If you're a league player, and if you play for a team or in a league or ice hockey or in any league or organised hockey, you've got to get it in the left cone only. So that means you've got a whole side taken out. You've got to get it in just that one specific cone. And that does two things. One, it makes you really accurate and really improves your shot accuracy and your control. But two, it gets your head up looking for a pass and encouraging your teammates. So if you've got a beginner on your team, you're going to be dishing out assists all day long, and that's fine. You get the win, the beginner gets passes from the more established players, and we find it really develops a fantastic team game. Street hockey. You've got to use it in your clubs. It's amazing. I've seen it in a number of clubs where beginner sessions have stripped down kit and it works really, really well. I can give you examples, and I think we're going to go out and feature some of these example clubs more and more. We'll do it each week. We've actually got one running right now in the hall for the locker room. We've got 25 kids, leg pads, sticks, helmets, skates. That's all they're using, and they go nuts for it every week. It will build this game immensely. So clubs, please use it, get in touch with us, ask us how, and we're more than happy to help you set those up. Okay, hockey players. We're going to go into shot preference. Okay, so I want to know, what is shot preference? What is your preferred shot? What works for you? Now, me personally, I was thinking about this earlier, and actually there's two shot preferences I have, but really, when it boils down to it, I love a wrist shot. Okay, so some people like a slap shot where you're really cranking it. Some people are more of a snapshot person, quick release shots right in front of goal. I like the wrist shot. It's nice and it's accurate. Okay, your wrist shot's accurate, but also it's a silent attack on a goalkeeper. So that's kind of why I like it. No one really sees it coming. You can release it from any position. You can be off balance and release a really good wrist shot, but it's deadly accurate. So that's why I prefer the wrist shot. There's nothing sweeter than ripping a wrist shot, absolutely no sound until it hits the back of the net. So that's my preference on shot. But what we're going to do is we're going to open up a poll on our Facebook page. So go to UKStreetHockey at Facebook, and you can go down the poll. We want to know what your shot preference is. Forehand, not forehand, you're going to wrist shot, snap shot, slapper, or even backhand. Now, I'm going to go into my coaching story about backhands. The Chip and Norton, Chippy Tricksters kids are going to know this, and I do apologise to them. You've heard it before. Most players are going to know Wayne Gretzky. So Wayne Gretzky is the greatest ice hockey player known to man. Okay, this guy still leads scoring records, and he retired in '99. If you don't know who Wayne Gretzky is, turn this video off right now and Google it. YouTube it, whatever you need to do, find out who Wayne Gretzky is. This guy was a prodigy from age 6. So this kid at age 9 was playing, 2,000 people would turn up to his local Pee-wee team to watch him play against 15-year-old players and absolutely rinse them. This kid was, exceptional. He grew up to be the greatest player, that the NHL has ever seen, and the likes of the world has ever seen. But when he was 9 years old, he met a player. The current player when he was 9 was Gordie Howe, Mr. Hockey. Gordie. So Mr. Hockey, we met with Wayne Gretzky, sat him down, and they had a chat. Wayne says to him, Mr. Howe, can you give me any tips? And Gordie Howe said, yeah, kid, look, this is one tip, and this one tip you need to know. Use your backhand. Develop your backhand. Work on your backhand. Make that your best shot. Okay, and when you work your backhand, you're going to have an advantage over everybody else. So just work it and use it. So Gordie Howe's scoring record was 901 goals. And when Wayne Gretzky was getting up to that level, he was getting up to those numbers. I think he'd won 4 Stanley Cups with Edmonton. He'd moved over transferred over to the LA Kings. And Gordie Howe was at 901, and Gordie Howe was in the building watching the game because he was going to lose his record, and the record was going to be beat, and it was big, big news. How do you put this? Gretzky beat Gordie Howe's record. 902, the 902nd goal was scored on his backhand. How about that for a poetic justice? Kids, work on your backhand, okay? You've got to have a wrist shot, snap shot that are deadly accurate, but your backhand's got to be just as good because it opens up a whole other side of the game. If you need to work on your slap shot, you work on your slap shot. They're not the most accurate shots, but they do catch people out. So you can do. But yeah, work on that backhand. Parents! Okay, this is your section. Don't break anything. What do you do when you've got a kid who absolutely loves playing hockey and will not put this damn stick down? They're stick handling in the house, they're shooting at things, the cat's been hit 3 times. What do you do with them? You don't want to discourage them, but seriously, can they play hockey in the house? So, we're not going to encourage playing hockey in the house. We'd always say go outside because, let's be honest, you're going to break something. Something's going to break. Now, for those times when you can't quite stop them, we've got a solution for you, partly. What we're going to say, though, is get them in the garden. So if your hockey player plays non-stop, stick a target up in the garden. That way you can control the direction of shooting. So what I do is I've got small. It's actually what is it? It's a conveyor belt. It's a 1-foot squared bit of conveyor belt with a hole in the middle of it, just big enough for a ball to go through. I hang that up against a fence and I just shoot. That way it's nowhere near any windows, the greenhouse doesn't get hit, the cat often doesn't go that direction, and you're controlling the direction of shooting in your back garden. It's the smartest thing to do. Although, when it comes to the house, you don't want to be having shooting practice in your house. So restrict it to just stick handling and just flood their bedroom or wherever they're playing hockey with tennis balls. Get them 15 tennis balls and take away the hockey balls. Those hockey balls are hard, they break stuff. The tennis balls is damage limitation. Now, if you go to large sporting superstores, sometimes they have soft tennis balls, so real soft foam ones. They're a good solution, and I've also seen some hockey brands. Warrior do a small hockey ball, which is really kind of cool. It's a knee hockey ball, floor hockey ball. It's about this big, about the size of a puck, and it's really cool to play with. It's quite solid, but it doesn't really break too much. So, if they're outdoors, give them a target. Make sure they've got a target. A goal is too big. Give them a small target to shoot at, work on their skills, but make sure it's in a direction of shooting which doesn't hit the car or the neighbour's cat. When they're indoors, flood the player with tennis balls, and that's always a good way to limit damage. But kids, don't play in the house, all right? When you're going outside, when you're going outside, play out in the street, and that's the smartest thing you can do. Okay. That's it for this week. So, get in touch with us on Twitter, at UKStreetHockey, hashtag LRDC, the Locker Room Development Chat. That is the way to put your questions, your development questions, how to build the sport, what do you want us to cover? Do you really want to see another YouTube video about how to tape a stick? We don't want to do that. We want to discuss the parts of hockey that you love and also how to build the game. So, get in touch with us. This game is building week on week. We're at a club in Botley today. This is where we film. There's 25 kids turning up each week. We started with 6 kids this summer, so last summer in July, and it's built up to, we've got 28 kids on the books, and they turn up every single week. It's growing by the week, okay? Kids love the game, the sport is on the rise, but we need your help. Clubs, parents, support the game, get in touch with us, let's help you build this game. Man, I love this sport, it's what I'm about, and I just want to make sure everyone's got the right information and help you. Get in touch with us and let's help you grow this game to make it as great as it could be. Okay, that's me signing out. Comment below. Okay, we want to hear your feedback and we do read the comments. So comment below and I'm ready for your reviews, but yeah, comment below. And for exclusive content on the channel, subscribe. Okay.